shut the door. You want to keep it open? No, ma'am. I just need to talk to Mr. Huff.
A scientist in trouble after police show up to investigate a complaint involving his children.
The allegation is one sentence that says that the kid did not want to come home because dad built a cage to lock him in there.
And like many cases, this one comes with a surprising twist. I'll explain. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. You know, little kids, they're very, very active. If you've ever been around them for even a few minutes, you know that. They need a lot of attention, and you can't leave them unattended, not even for a minute. A couple in Florida knew that. They worked for a university. They were smart people. So instead of leaving their children unattended, they put their 2-year-old and 6-year-old children in homemade cages. In case you thought you didn't hear me right, I'll say it again. 2 educated, grown adults, college-educated scientists put their 2 young children in homemade cages. That's what police say they found when they went to their home. This investigation in Gainesville, Florida, began on December 8th, 2023. It's after 7 p.m., and the video you're looking at is blurry because it's taken from inside Dustin Huff and Yurui Xie's home. Police are there because a Gainesville PD report says the couple's 6-year-old son didn't want to go home because he told his teachers his dad locked him in a cage while he was at work.
What did the allegation say? I don't know.
So the allegation is one sentence that says that the kid did not want to come home because dad built a cage to lock him in there while the mom was at work. So that's the allegation. And I have the actual copy of the allegation and stuff on my...
Dad didn't want to talk to me.
Make sure you take that or a copy of it, put the CR number, and turn it into.
No, yeah, that's being all turned in. I'll put all that on.
So, yeah,
I'll add the supplement.
And I'm sure mine never. I'm not.
So do you want
it? So he said he have a neighbor, but they really don't watch the kids, but they don't have no family here.
It has to be something. Yeah.
But I don't know if mom goes.
So do you want us to start that process?
With the kid? Yeah, I don't know if she's done talking to mom.
Well, yes, the only thing that she has left is try to find where can the kids go.
So obviously the allegation came from school.
Well, it must, and she hasn't told me yet, but somebody I think he told somebody at school.
He didn't want to come home.
Because yeah,
he was scared of being locked in the cage.
Yeah, if you want, let me go to my car real quick and grab the paper so you can read it. But it specifically said that he said that he didn't want to come home because they built a cage to lock him in there.
If you can pull your truck out.
Yeah, I'll pull behind you.
The officers continue to investigate. They have seen the cage.
So the kid said he goes to school at 7, so he stays locked in pretty much till 7. I can try to, once we ask her if we can try to figure out what time he actually goes to bed. But they made it sound like it's the all night because when he goes to school, he wears regular underwear. Here, it's pull-ups, basically.
So, gets up at 7, goes to school, gets out about 1:45, is locked in there until dad gets home at
for like
3.
2 hours, yeah. For like 2 hours, and then...
But dad gets home at 3:30.
Like 3:30ish. He said that it varies, but it's basically approximately 2 hours. And here's the allegation. He said that he didn't want to go home. That's it. And this is our copy, so I'll put that into evidence.
I appreciate it.
No, don't worry.
Appreciate it.
So the mom said that she used to work 8 to 5. Her schedule, she just recently, like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I went in here for that part.
Yeah, so a month or 2 months ago, her schedule changed. So now, when he gets out of school, she goes and picks him up, and that's her lunch break. But then when her lunch break's done, then she puts him in there, and then for like a short time, quote unquote, until dad comes and basically comes home and lets him out because the one kid.
The school dismisses at 1:52.
Yeah, and then Wednesdays, obviously, it's the
12:45.
12:45.
So school get out at 1:52.
1:52.
Hold on. School out 1:52. And then mom pick him up.
Then mom picks him up.
And then she bring him here.
She brings him here.
And she on lunch break.
So then when she finished her lunch break, she basically puts him in his room in the cage, and then until dad comes back, which is probably approximately 2 hours after.
No, I mean, if
do you need this charge for anything else?
I just need to bring your mom and talk to her. So, I don't know. And then I don't have any of the DCF worker. I don't have any of her.
I have her info.
Okay,
I'll send it to you.
The officers clearly find this troubling and surprising. Social workers with the Department of Children and Families are there because they received the initial complaint from the boys' school. But guess what? There are 2 children in the house, and it's not just one cage for one child.
Yeah, his parents' number, bro. It's a cage, and they call it for the little one. It's a cage.
For the little one?
Bro.
So we just found a second cage for the 2-year-old. So they both sleep in cages.
Oh, that's just right where they sleep.
You can just wait till you go in there. I'm with the dad, the mom said in 10:15, and to figure out where the kids can go.
Okay.
So, but yeah, the sad part is they don't see anything wrong with it.
Oh, so they would just chill with. They just told you.
Oh, they were like, oh yeah, no, it's a bed frame. Yeah, we'll come show you. And then we walk in, and you're like, this is a petting zoo cage. And then the 6-year-old, so he goes to school in regular underwear, but at night they put him on pull-ups, and it has like 2 locks, like so this is where the 6-year-old sleeps.
Oh.
Like on a freaking like, and they're like, no, it's a bed frame. I'm like, no, and it has like a mattress inside, and then this is the actual box, the box spring for the bed would be. That's from yesterday. But yeah, then you have the 2 locks for, and the kid's like, yeah, dad puts me here, and he just locks it. I guess she just showed me a picture. There's another, not wood like that, but it almost looks like an actual dog pen, like wired pen, and that's where in the closet of the master bedroom, and that's where the 2-year-old sleeps.
Okay.
So sorry to drag you into that, but if you want to go in, Sarge and Carmen are in there. They'll Sir, what is the password for your phone in case you need to go in there to get your parents' phone number, cell phones?
The officers have seen enough, and they've decided that Dustin Huff, a college-educated scientist, should go to jail. The charge, child abuse.
You want to shut the door? You want to keep it open? No, ma'am. I just need to talk to Mr. Huff.
What happened?
Nothing. All right, Mr. Huff. So we're here because of the allegations of the child being caged. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm getting ready to read you your rights because unlawfully or willfully caging a child is a crime. Okay. All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to your lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any question if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights that I've explained to you?
Yes.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to speak with me?
No.
Okay. All right, go ahead, turn around. You got anything in your pocket that can poke me, stab me, stick me?
I think I just got my pocket knife.
Okay.
My working right pocket.
Let's get to 10:15 on that. All right, we're gonna walk out from the truck, okay?
You want to go ahead and pull your stuff up.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, is it a place that we can take your kids tonight, a family member or anything like that?
You might have family here.
You any friends or anything like that?
You have a neighbor, potentially.
Do they ever watch your kids?
Dustin Huff tells the officer that he manages a lab at the University of Florida. He denies that the contraption he's been placing his children in is actually a cage.
Are you showing approximately
And then the kid, mainly my information comes from the kid. The kid was like, Dad put him in there at night, and that he don't wake up at night. So I was like, what if you want water? He's like, no, I don't wake up at night. He said that at night he wears pull-ups. But during the day he wear big boy pants, and he showed them to us. He showed us a pair of regular underwear, and he can go to the bathroom by himself. He also demonstrated for us that it's locked at night. Then me and DCF talked to him a second time, and he said that when Mom come home, she put him in there, and she also locked it. Mom told me that they tried to find after school for him, but they can't because of behavior issues. And she told me that that cage has been in there for a year. That's what Mom told us.
They've used it for a year.
Yes. And then all the other information I have to get from Corporate Design already told me to do something
So how
about
y'all
it.
got this? So was DCF call?
This is a DCF investigation.
This information leads officers to also take the mother of the children into custody.
Come on now, don't do that. Don't keep tensing up. We walk into the truck. We can get to your phone. I don't mind doing that.
Charged already?
So how long? How long will
I
this
can't
take?
tell you, man. You gotta go see that thing they had the other day.
I don't know. So, please said that. Where's your phone and where's your husband's phone?
I don't know my husband's
Okay,
phone.
so just put your leg inside, please. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
my
if
phone
you
is
can
in
just
my
take-
purse. Can I have
And your
please?
purse? Yeah, your purse will
Can
go
I
with you.
I can
Just give me a
you
minute.
can unlock it.
Can I have my phone only?
Just your phone? Okay, well, I will bring your phone only.
You can unlock your but yeah, if you could just
I'll take pictures of the whole house.
While the investigation continues, Corporal Gonzalez contacts a family member for Yurui Xie, and we can hear the conversation.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hey,
Ma'am, this is Corporal Gonzalez with the Gainesville Police Department.
Yes.
I'm calling on behalf of Mrs. Huff. So there's a situation going on right now where we would need to see if
wait a
you.
moment. What's wrong? Can you give the phone to just the girl?
No, ma'am, because I need to be able to speak with you and understand what's being
I'm
said.
sorry. Can you give the phone?
No, ma'am, not right now. But she's here. She can hear you.
What?
Ma'am, I need you to listen to me. Are you home right now?
Because I can know the.
Yes, please listen to him. Please.
No, I'm outside.
Ma'am, are you
喂，
home?
小谢怎么了
Tell her that she needs to be able to
？No,
speak
I'm
with
not
me.
at home.
Okay, she's not at home. All right. Ma'am, are you in the city? Are you in the Gainesville city?
Yes,
All right. Will you be home anytime soon?
maybe. So my phone will no charge. Can I talk to the girl who have the phone? 小谢，
Okay.
现在怎么了？
You're gonna have to talk to her in English.
So
喂，小谢。
so I'm going to jail. So because my I need you to take care of my kids. Can you please? And then I need your help.
哦，no，妹妹，
They
那
are
小谢传过来中文怎么回事？
they can
Hello,
I can
Mama,
only
Mama,
I can
Mama.
only talk in English. So they are going to take me away from. And can I ask you to help me look after my kids
No problem. What's
tonight?
wrong?
All right. So,
They-
so if she can, ma'am, if you can help Miss Hoff with the children, I do have an investigator from the Department of Children and Family that needs to ask you a couple of questions before you're allowed to take the children.
But I maybe I still need half hour to 1 hour to go back at home. I need to know what's wrong with this lady. Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Just give me
Hello?
yes, ma'am. Just give me 1 minute. So you're trying to understand what's going on?
No, no. Yes.
All right, ma'am. Like I said, before you can help Miss Huff take care of her children, the Department of Children and Family has a couple of questions they need to ask you before we.
Hold on. I want to know how long I take care of the children. Always night or for a very long time. Where is the children's dad?
He is also being taken to jail.
Can I ask what's wrong?
So I'm gonna let the Department of Children and Family answer that. I don't know if they want me to go into specifics. It's just we had concerning allegations that we had to come investigate, and unfortunately, this is the outcome of that investigation.
The children are placed with the Department of Children and Families, and Dustin Huff and his wife are taken to jail.
Ms. Huff, how long have you and your husband been married? How long have you and your husband been married? So 5 years? You've been married 5 years? 6 years? 6 years? Okay. And do you guys? How long do you guys dated before you guys got married? All right. So you guys have been together approximately 9 years. Okay. No, I understand. But now you know. Yes, ma'am. There are other ways. I know. Once this is said and done, the Department of Children. Hold on, ma'am. Ma'am. I know, ma'am. The Department of Children and Family will be able to provide some resources to maybe help you, maybe to control the situation better.
So there's always more to discuss with these cases. I want to bring in Tim Jansen. He's a criminal defense attorney who practices up in Florida's Panhandle. Tim, thank you so much for coming on. Your reaction to this, first of all, I know this case goes back to December of 2023, but just the claim here that the police made, they saw it with their own eyes, they heard it from the child, that dad locks me in a cage and he didn't want to go home from school. And the cops saw the cages, not just one cage, but 2 cages in the house.
Yeah, very troubling. These cases come in, and you see these cases, and you wonder, who are these people? How are these people operating in our society? And you have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, and the little kid is so traumatized that he tells the teachers, "I don't want to go home because I don't want to be put in a cage." Mandatory reporter, like, what's going on here? And the police show up, and they actually see cages, these wooden cages with latches. And he puts them in there because we need to keep control of them at nighttime so we can sleep. Mm-hmm. It's troubling. And then the 2-year-old, they put the crib upside down because the baby would just climb out. These parents should not have kids in their custody.
What's interesting to me about that is that kids do get to a certain age and they do start climbing out of their cribs. I remember when my son did this. I remember when he was probably over a year old, and all of a sudden one night I walk in and he has like scaled the crib post and he's gotten himself out of there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? I mean, this is just what kids do. This is normal behavior from children. So it boggles my mind. I think we put like an extra little railing in there just for his own safety, so he wouldn't be able to like get back over it. But like, that's your solution. We'll just lock him in. But Tim, this wasn't just happening at night. It was happening after school. The kid would go home from school, and apparently he would put the kid in the cage, which he called his bed, but he would put the kid in the cage until mom got home from work. That's like crazy.
And was the dad at home while the kid was in the cage?
Yeah, sometimes.
Or
I
did he
think
just
so.
leave him in the cage?
I think that he would leave him in the cage and sometimes go to be at work or what have you, or leave him until mom got home. Like that. This is what it sounded like on the body-worn camera footage.
The plea offer is terrible. I don't know what possessed the state attorney to give that plea offer that would essentially give him no record and possibly seal that and seal it from his record so nobody would know. That's troubling.
Let's take a look at that, because when Dustin Huff and his partner, the mother of the children, Yurui, when they were arrested, they were both charged with a number of counts. First of all, it was just child abuse, and I'm not saying just child abuse, but I'm saying there was one charge at first, and then there were other charges. It was actually 2 charges of aggravated child abuse. This is like what happened after they were initially arrested. That's first-degree felony and 1 count of child neglect. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Both Dustin and Yurui pleaded not guilty to these charges. Then, as part of a plea agreement, Dustin was allowed to plead to one of the lesser charges, and he's going to be on probation for 5 years. This is the plea agreement, and if he does everything right on probation and keeps his nose clean, you're right, the conviction will not appear on his criminal record.
Well, no, more than that, he got a withhold of adjudication, so he was not formally convicted of it. Now, the aggravated child abuse cannot be sealed. Even if he got the withhold on that, which is a first-degree felony, they'd have to do certain paperwork to have that a withhold. But with this 3rd-degree felony with a withhold, and it says 5 years probation, in our jurisdiction, you serve half of that. You can terminate your probation halfway. So after 2.5 years, he could essentially get off probation, no conviction, and he can seal this from his record so no one would know.
And you think, as a former prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney, you think this is too lenient of a plea agreement?
I would have made him plead to the aggravated child abuse and maybe somehow got it withhold. I would have never allowed him to seal this from his record. So down the road, another prosecutor or people looking into this person would be able to tell that these people committed such a ghastly offense. And a lot of times prosecutors do that. They'll give him a withhold and they'll give him no jail time and probation, but they want to make sure it can't be sealed so he can't hide this so it protects the public.
So if they withhold adjudication, and that's what the plea agreement was, of the guilty plea, right now,
He pled no contest.
So what does this mean then if they've withheld adjudication? So basically it's like we're entering into this agreement, but we're taking away the aggravated child abuse charges. It just means essentially that, because the case still appears on the docket, it just means basically that if he completes his probation, it's almost like a non-prosecution agreement almost. Is that what I'm?
Well, so if it was a PTI or a diversion program, he wouldn't be entering a plea. It goes out of the court system, and then if he completes that term, he can expunge it from his record. Now, because he's entered a plea, the court did not adjudicate him guilty. He's not a convicted felon. He's not convicted of this offense. And if he completes the probation and it's terminated, then he can seal the record. So only certain people can see it. But if he had a PTI diversion that got expunged, he can say, I've never been arrested once it's expunged, because that's how it works. I'm not sure why, who his lawyer was. Sure, he had no prior record. Sure, he's educated. But the damage he did to these kids may not be physical. It may be more mental. That might be lifelong. Putting a kid in cages all day long is very traumatic. And you can't measure that when looking at the child right then and there.
Tim, let's move on now to the mother of the children, Yurui Xie. She pleaded no contest to a child neglect charge. That is a third-degree felony. She is also going to be on probation for 5 years. She has to do check-ins with her probation officer. She has to advise future employers of her history with this case. This almost seems like a harsher sentence in some ways than what her husband got.
Well, yeah, it does. And that may be because what her employment is. Her husband may not deal with children or have any supervision of children, where she may have some supervision with children or come along with children. That would be a condition why they probably would put that in there. If he's just a professor, he's probably not dealing with children. And we don't know if it was the wife's idea in the begin with to do this. You've heard the term Asian mom before, who are very strict. And this is pretty strict behavior for a child, that you don't want them roaming. You can't even, the child can't even go to the bathroom. The child can't get a hold of you in case of an emergency. It's very troubling to put, we don't even look, law enforcement detains people and they're alleging they're putting them in cages as a criminal conduct. These parents are putting their children in cages in the afternoon and at nighttime. Very problematic. I'm shocked at the plea offer, but I would probably want to know more why this plea offer was offered.
Yeah, it is curious to me, very much so. And, they were both working at the university. They were both scientists, worked in labs. Dustin managed a lab. It's kind of frightening to me because a lot of times when we hear about cases like this, where kids are put in cages, and it doesn't sound like this was like a filthy home or anything to that effect, but a lot of times when we hear about cases like this, it's people who aren't educated, who, really do not have great backgrounds. These are educated, smart people. They should know better. They should know this is not how you treat children.
No, it seems like the children became a problem for them. Instead of hiring a nanny or taking them to a daycare, which would have been better for everyone, they decided to lock them up. And at nighttime, I don't want to be awakened. I don't want this kid roaming around. It sounds like the kids were an inconvenience. And that's not what we want parenting our children, items that become inconvenience. The kids are going to grow up with this mental health issues. What else are going to grow up with? And thank God they were taken from the parents and hopefully the siblings. I don't know how a child in that relationship can recover down the road. I don't know how that would happen.
Particularly the 6-year-old,
right,
who would have a memory of this. The 6-year-old is not going to likely forget this.
Never.
So it would take, I think, a lot of therapy, a lot of oversight by children's services. It's really disturbing. And I'm hoping the children are okay. The 2-year-old may not really remember this because you're 2. How much can you remember as you grow older when you're 2 years old? This
is a case where, you have to have a driver's license to drive a car. This is where they should prohibit these parents from having any more children or having more children in their custody. And DCF, Florida, if they ever had more children, probably should go in and do spot checks on these people and flag them.
Well, it's a really crazy case, very surprising, and children are active. They need attention and should not be treated as a hindrance. Treat your children well. Isn't that a Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young song?
That's right. That is.
Yeah, or is it treat your parents well? I don't know. Treat your children well. All right, Tim Jansen, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Again, Dustin Huff is in the middle of a 5-year stint on probation. If he completes that successfully, he could have this whole thing wiped from his record. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.